Cale scrambled back into his shelter, his heart hammering against his ribs. He had no weapons, just makeshift tools and his sharp mind. He had seen enough of the creature to know it wasn't an animal, its methodical, unwavering movement betrayed some form of intelligence, or at least a conscious predator. Looking through the cracks in the Aora's hull, he saw the silhouette again. It resembled a moving sand dune, low and sprawling, but with surprising speed and agility. It had no clearly defined shape, it undulated, merged with the landscape, almost impossible to follow with the naked eye. "What the hell are you?" he whispered into the darkness. The sounds outside intensified. The vibrations in the ground grew stronger, a slow but heavy pulse that ran through his body, making his teeth chatter. It wasn't a single creature, there were more. Or perhaps just one, but incredibly large, moving with incredible force. The ground beneath his shelter began to tremble slightly. Cale knew his precarious structure wouldn't last long. He had to think of something, and fast. His only advantage was his knowledge of the environment and his intelligence. These creatures, no matter how powerful, were likely adapted to Xylos's arid environment. He, on the other hand, had a brain and an unyielding will. A desperate decision. Cale's mind raced, searching for a solution. The weak but functional water processing system gave him an idea. Water on Xylos' water was life, but also a vulnerability. What if these creatures, which seemed to be made of sand and dust, were sensitive to water? It was a risky assumption, but it was the only one he had. He gathered his last reserves of energy. He had to get the water processing unit outside, position it strategically, and use it as bait. The risk was enormous, but staying trapped in his shelter wasn't an option. The night was long and the creatures were closing in. He had to fight with what he had. With trembling hands, but with steely determination, Cale began to dismantle the solar panels. He would use every resource. The fight had only just begun, but Cale was ready to see it through. What strategy do you think Cale should adopt to defend himself? Should he try to attack them directly, distract them, or try to escape?